welcome back to my little world. If you saw last week's video, we made breakfast, which is eggs, ham, halloumi, and rice. But today we're going to be making what was my breakfast, which is my turkey mince and rice with veggies and a whole lot of herbs and spices. I've been having this meal for a very long time now. Sometimes I have it for breakfast, sometimes I have it for lunch, but some part of my day, this meal is included. So this is a very big staple of mine and I just love making it. I just can't stop making it. And as my calories do get higher, sometimes I swap out the rice for pasta or whatever, but I've been really loving it with rice at the minute. So let's crack on and make some turkey mince and veggies. So what you're going to be needing is some turkey mince, some snap frozen peas, also use canned corn with no added salt, a whole lot of herbs and spices. I've got garlic, salt, and Italian herb blend. I also add in barbecue sauce for some extra flavor, and I also use taco seasoning. Of course, we need some rice. Okay team, what we're going to do first, keep your pan on, turn the oven on, or the stove, whatever you want to cook on, obviously the stove. We're gonna let that get warm and then we're gonna chuck in our turkey mince and it is go time. So we're going to get our rice cooking because that will take you 25 minutes in the rice cooker. You're going to add 2.5 to 3 cups of rice. You're gonna fully submerge that with water so it's all covered, and we're gonna pop that on the rice cooker, press start, and then get cracking on the rest. Okay, now that our pan is hot, I'm gonna get some spray oil. And I know what I said last week about I like cooking with butter. However, turkey mince, can of oil, spray that bad boy. I'm gonna chuck it on and get it ready to rock and roll. Really satisfying also peeling that off. I don't know why, it's just very satisfying. Get yourself a wooden spoon and just break the mince apart. I'm sorry, the range hood is really loud, so hopefully you can hear me properly and it's not too loud. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for a minute and I'm gonna go and grab our little flavoursome and we're gonna chuck that in as well. As you can see, I'm running a little bit low on some of these items because I use them all the time. But guess what? Garlic powder, I'll tell you a story. So the garlic powder is running V-low. Now, I did buy some at the shop, or so I thought. And then I came home and I was like, oh no, I bought onion powder instead. Well, then the next time I went to the shop, I didn't actually put garlic powder on the list. When I got to the shop, I was like, I need to get either garlic or onion powder, but I don't know which one. So I not bought one, but 2 things of freaking onion powder instead of garlic powder. I don't even really use onion powder, but anyway, it is what it is. Your girl's gonna find a use for it now because I'm running out of garlic powder, but I can tell you for free, I ain't running out of onion powder anytime soon. Okay, now that we've added our flavoursome spices in there, we're gonna let that cook a little bit longer before we add in the taco seasoning. While we're letting that cook for a little bit longer, all I need you to do is grab a bowl or one of these, and we're going to weigh out our peas. And I like to cook them in the microwave because I just find it's easier. So I'm gonna chop these bad boys open and I'm gonna weigh 200 grams of frozen peas. I peed on the bench. I'm gonna pop some water in here. Water is in, and now I'm gonna pop that in the microwave. I usually do about 3 minutes to start, and then I'll let it cool for a second, and then I'll pop it in for another 1.5 minutes. Back to our mince. It is time to add in some barbecue sauce. I'll be honest, I actually don't weigh or track my barbecue sauce when I cook this meal, but that's okay. Say if you're going to weigh and track it, do about 30 grams. I'm gonna add in my taco seasoning. Now, I actually only use half of this each time I cook, so I'll use one this week and one next week. So that was just half left over from last week. You can absolutely use the whole thing. However, I'm not a very spicy gal, so I just use half and I'm happy. Let that cook. And while that's going down, we're just going to drain our corn before adding that into the hot pot. And don't lose all the corn on the way. And don't forget, clean as you go. I've just turned the pan down just a little, and now it is pretty much time to add the corn through. So just grab your can of corn and chuck her in. Yay! Honestly, I love cooking this meal because it's just so easy, so simple, and you just pop everything into one pot. And it's done. Like, mix it all through. Once the meat's done, you just chuck the veggies in. And by all means, add whatever veggies you want. Like, I sometimes add carrots in here as well. It's just completely up to you. Chop up some onion, add some mushrooms. And the more veggies that you add in here, the denser this is going to be. Like, the more meals that you could probably make out of this, or the bigger meal that you could have. So depending on what calories you're playing with or what your goal is, like, you can add so many more things in here. I'm just quite basic, so I like it to be plain and simple and just a little bit of flavor. I get my veggie intake in through here, and Bob's your uncle. Right, so our peas are now done. I'm gonna get them out of the microwave. One thing we're actually yet to buy is a strainer. So I really do need to get myself a strainer, but otherwise I'm just using a pot lid so I can drain that out so I don't lose any peas along the way. That's all drained. I've just lost some peas. Once that's all drained, I'm going to now add that into the rest of my mix. Same thing, you're just gonna mix that together. And by this point, you can almost turn the pan off completely. We're just gonna let it sit there just for a second longer. And then I'll let it sit there while my rice is being dished up. And then we'll add this in. Time to get out my containers. So I got all these from Kmart, actually. They're glass containers, which I love because they don't get as dirty, and they're also a lot easier to clean than plastic. But I'm going to set these all out, and we're going to add in 120 to 125 grams of rice. Is that chipped? Oh. I might actually have to make some more rice during the week because I've added it to my breakfast and I don't know if I've got enough. If you missed last week's video, I like to add in some rice wine vinegar into my rice just for a little bit of added flavor before I dish those all up. Okay, so dishing up 125 grams. Okay, so one container has 114 grams, the rest have 125, so we did pretty damn good. Now that we've got all of our rice distributed evenly into our containers, we are going to pop in the mince and the veggies. Just adding in 1 scoop to start, and then I will carry on with distributing where I feel is needed. Yay! And there you have it. We have our lunch for the next whole week. I will leave the macros on the screen, but the macros for this are 414 grams per serve. You've got 54 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat, and 27 grams of protein. Amazing. And like I said earlier, if you did want to add in some other veggies or whatnot, absolutely fine. I was actually doing this meal with pasta a while ago, but I decided that I was going through a rice phase. So pasta is out, rice is in. So you can also substitute the rice for pasta if you do prefer to have pasta. And that is it for this week's video, guys. If you do enjoy these style of videos, don't forget to pop me a like down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I post weekly videos, and I'm going to come out with a whole bunch more of nutritional videos and meal prep videos, hacks, and all of that sort of jazz. So don't forget to like this video and leave me a comment down below. And if you missed last week's video, then I will leave a link right here. You can go and check it out after you finish watching this one. I will love you and leave you. Happy cooking. I will see you very shortly. And in the meantime, don't forget, be bright, be bold, be you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.